This might look like a pretty stylish vintage camera, but it is actually a very powerful light for photo and video. Welcome back to another video. My name is Mario. So if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button for future videos from me. And if you're already subscribed and you came back, thank you again so much for being here. Today we'll be talking about one of Zhiyun's brand new lights, the Zhiyun X100, this guy right here, that has just been released along with the G60. And I've made another video just reviewing that. So if you wanted to check that out, you can hit the link in the description below or check out the card right here. I forgot to turn on that blue light, so I just turned it on. So recently Zhiyun has been pushing really hard to get into the lighting game, and with these new two, and I guess that's just dead. Forget about that blue light. And with these two brand new lights, Zhiyun is pushing really hard to get into the lighting game, and I'm actually quite impressed with these two lights, particularly with this X100. Before we continue, this is not a sponsored video, but I did get these pre-production models of these lights so I could give you my thoughts and opinions on these lights. In my opinion, this is one very revolutionary light because for its size and its wattage, you actually get a lot of power in a very small compact size. Let's look at the pricing and the different packages that these lights come available in. So if you get the X100 standard version, you get the light, a mini reflector, the power adapter, and an organizer bag for that power adapter. And this comes at about $249 US. If you get the combo version, you get all of the above, but also a Bowens mount adapter, a grip battery, a storage bag, and a light strap. And this comes at $349 US. In my opinion, if you are looking at this light, you need to get the grip battery. So I would directly jump into the combo version just because this is, for me, what makes it stand out compared to other lights out there in the market. There is also a pro version package of this light and includes everything in the combo version plus a mini softbox. And this is $50 more at $399 US. There is a dome diffusion as well that comes separately. It is not sold with any of these packages, but it's a very interesting lighting modifier that you can use along with this light. In terms of build quality, this is pretty small and pretty lightweight. The light itself is only 385 grams, and with the battery, it is a total of only 824 grams. And as you can see it here compared to my phone, it's relatively compact and small light. This light comes with Zhiyun's new proprietary mount, which is the Zhiyun mount. Zhiyun also released a bunch of lighting modifiers that are pretty tiny and super cute that you can use with this light and the G60. If you have a lot of Bowens mount lighting modifiers lying around, you can also get the Bowens mount adapter, which allows you to mount those lighting modifiers to this light. This is a very solidly built light in my opinion, and it does not feel flimsy or plasticky in any way. You get a little screen on the light, you get a couple of 1/4-inch threads at the bottom, you get your power button right there, and two knobs, one to adjust the brightness of your light and one to adjust the color temperature. If you press on these lights, you can quickly toggle through those settings. On the other side, you'll see the receiver for that battery grip. One cool thing about this battery grip too is that as soon as you tap on that button, you get to see how much more juice is left in that battery. So it's a pretty neat feature to have. This is a very, very bright light, and with a CRI of over 95, it's a very color accurate light for photo and video. This is what this light looks like, me pointing it just at the ceiling to give me ambient light. As you can see, it's actually pretty bright. X100 pointing up at 50% power. At 1 meters, it has a luminance value of 3,881 lux. There are 3 ways to power this light. One is to use the detachable battery grip. Another way is to plug it into your wall via DC power. And the last one is by using that USB-C power supply. At max power of 100 watts, this battery lasts about 30 minutes, but if you're not using it at 100%, then you probably get more time out of it. It takes about 2.5 to 3 hours to fully charge the battery back up again. According to Zhiyun, there is an intelligent cooling feature which prevents this light from overheating, and once it gets really warm, then the fan is going to turn on. It did turn on a couple of times when I was testing it, but the fan wasn't audible enough for my mic to be able to catch that, unless I placed my shotgun mic right towards the light, in which case it did catch that sound. But in a real usage scenario, your shotgun mic or your microphone won't be pointing directly at the light, at least not at such close distances. You're able to control these lights wirelessly, and you can even control multiple units at the same time via what Zhiyun calls their live mode. Keep in mind though that that is not available if you're powering them via an external battery. You have to have them plugged in or with a battery grip for that to work. This is a pre-production model, so I was not able to test the wireless capabilities and the app in this video. There's also music mode, which automates the light to follow a particular music beat. There are also a bunch of different lighting modifiers that are being released with these lights, and here are what a few of these look like pointing at me. One thing to keep in mind regarding the Bowens mount adapter is that there are two versions, Type A and Type B. Type A is going to fit the G60 and Type B is going to fit both the G60 and the X100. Type A unfortunately does not fit this one, the X100, and when I was testing it, it just wouldn't work, and I realized because the Type B Bowens mount adapter, it's a little bit different and only Type B works with this light. So that's something to keep in mind, especially if you're going to buy that Bowens mount adapter separately. So who is this light for? This is for filmmakers, photographers who are always on the go, who shoot by themselves most of the time or have a small crew. It's also great for wedding filmmakers and photographers, and just for anyone who wants to lighten their load and shed a few pounds of weight off their camera bag and all of their camera gear. Because of its size and form factor, I think it's also great for content creators who are in a small space and just want to use a small light and a small lighting modifier. The cool thing about this light and this battery grip is that you can use this to light a night scene without an overcomplicated setup. In my opinion, I would just go with the combo version, which includes the battery grip, because in my opinion, it's the portability of bringing this anywhere without having to plug it in what makes it stand out, combined with the 100 watts of power. In terms of some of the cons, if you wanted to adjust the angle of this light, you need to get an external ball head so you're able to adjust that angle when mounting to a stand, unlike the G60 that has a little bracket for you to adjust that angle. Another thing is that it can get quite warm at the front over here during extended periods of use, so make sure to not directly touch this part when handling the light. And it gives you a warning here via a sticker that it can get really warm in there. All in all, I think this is a great light for the power output that you get, the portability, and the small form factor. And once you pair this light with some of the also small lighting modifiers from Zhiyun, you can get yourself a very good quality and high light output for yourself on the go. So anyways, that's it for today's video. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Go ahead and watch that other video on the G60 if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.